When I first heard about NoFap, I didn't really see masturbation as much of a big deal because I thought it was just like having sex. You know, you're moving your PP in a motion where you end up ejaculating in the end, right? And all my friends thought the same as me, meaning sometimes I'd fap multiple times a day and just think to myself, people have sex multiple times a day, right? So it's not that deep, but it really is that deep. And it wasn't until I watched a NoFap video on the science and natural instincts of why we want to fap, I stopped fapping for good, and I'm going to tell you what I was taught now. You see, when you're horny, it's your brain basically telling you that it wants to impregnate a woman, because that's the whole point of ejaculation, right? To reproduce with the opposite sex. This means every time you fap, your brain thinks it's having real sex with a real woman, and because your brain thinks it's having sex, you won't actually go out and try to mate with a real woman because you don't need one. Your brain is satisfied enough, which is why masturbation and fapping is, you know, one of the biggest dopamine spikes, which is what I talked about in this video here, if you want to understand why addiction exists. Because, you know, ejaculation, reproduction with a woman is one of, you know, the most fulfilling things a man and woman can do together. And once I realized all of this, I was like, oh crap, I'm literally tricking my brain to make it think I'm having sex, which I'm not, which is, when you just deep it, it's kind of just selfish upon yourself, to be fair, because every time I was to watch a no-fap video, when I'm like, oh, I'm horny, I need some motivation to try and not fap, right? So I'd turn on a random, just generic, average no-fap video. It would just be people going over the benefits of no-fap, which, while that's good and amazing, I also needed to know the actual, like, scientific reasoning behind why we feel horny in the first place. And not fapping, right, especially with that realization of what I said in the last clip, right, only just makes you more confident when talking to women, because now you know that the only way for you to feel that sexual pleasure is for you to have intercourse with an actual woman. Now, I really should have made this video in No Nut November, which would have actually made a lot more sense, but for some reason I just didn't think to make a video on this topic until now, which is a tad bit annoying, but that doesn't mean you still can't watch my other No Nut November videos and NoFap videos across my channel now. If you go to the mindset playlist, they'll probably all be there. Thank you for watching as always. Take care and peace. Bye-bye.